Good morning. I'm introducing today's ride, well, from home and the following day, because when I started my ride yesterday, I managed to cock up the recording and instead took 8 photographs rather than the 8 first takes of video. So I didn't get a chance to explain where I'm going, why I'm going, what I plan to have done. What I planned to have done was a fantastic return ride from the ancient walled city of Morelia in Valencia back to here, which was 105 kilometers, and that was to take in an amazing descent through the Els Ports mountains, which hopefully would have taken me over my 100 kilometer an hour challenge which I was trying to meet. There's a segment on Strava where the guy who's got the KOM actually did 138, unless he was in a car. If he's in a car, well, that's bad, but if he wasn't in a car, then I should easily be able to do 100. Anyway, that's hopefully for next week instead, but for this week it was a return from hospital because I was getting the results of my latest test, which was clear, which is fantastic, and I needed to very hurriedly make a route back from hospital because that's where I was. So it started in Boterey and it took us up the Tesheta climb, which is quite an iconic climb for the cycling clubs around here. And after that it was a rather nice ride, which hopefully you'll now watch. So until next week, when hopefully it's going to be a rather epic adventure for the 15 new subscribers we've had from last week, I'll bid you a good day. So I've already started the climb. There's not a lot of warming up before you hit the first slopes, which are 7 to 9%, but it's pretty enough so far. Whether I'll think so halfway up, time will tell. Kindly waited for the end of the dam before there was a sign to say that the dam's shut. Still, it's a nice view from up here. They've salted the roads, which is probably not a good sign. Most particularly because I made the brave move of wearing bib shorts today. It's like the calm before the storm. It's a beautiful, rolling, twisty road that's taking us around and up the side of the reservoir, but occasionally you catch glimpses of the mountain around the corner, and it's a little bit intimidating. Hopefully it's around this corner too. No, we'll see it in a second. There it is. Oh my lord. Somewhere up there is the col de Tesheta, through which we must pass. How? I've got no idea. Oh, it looks hideous. Slightly easier way to travel on the train. So we're just coming into Duas Águas, Two Waters, and it's gone frosty. On the climb proper now, it's about 5 or 6%, so I'm hoping I last to the top. The top looks a long way off. See this guy coming because of his disc brakes. Salt down on this road, it sounds like you're riding on gravel. Close to the end of the trees, it turns to like a heath. The first of the year's almond blossom too. Just got to a slightly flatter stage, so I can have a bit of a breather. That was pretty tough. I don't know how much further we've got to go.
rather lovely. So on a Sunday morning in the summer, this climb is quite a magnet for all the cycling clubs in the area, and a couple of times, because I live at the other end, I've been cycling down when they've been cycling up, and a lot of the clubs get to the top, go round the roundabout, and then have the fun of the descent. And you can see the sheer incredulity on their faces as I'm going down already, because they've got to think that I was faster than them on the up and I've got there first. I'm already on the descent, but no, I just start at the other end. Looks like the top, doesn't it? I think it is. We don't have to go right over the very top of this. That'll be another 250 maybe more meters. No, I've got plenty. Enough here, thank you. This has been such a great climb. You can never see very far ahead of you. It's been twists and turns the whole way, and you never really have to appreciate that you've got a mammoth of a mountain in front of you. Just come around a corner and there's another last kicker to do. It's pretty cold up here, particularly on the knees. Please let this be the last bend. No, there's more. Bloody hell. You can see where the cob is though, fair enough. Plain enough. Interesting looking caves up there. Perhaps next time. Frost and ice. Now sadly we do have to join the N420 for a few kilometres, and it's right at the top of this col, so a lot of the drivers are getting a bit cheesed off because they've had to crawl up behind lorries in the on the hill behind me. So I'll put you away for a little bit until we are back off this road. So take a bit of a breather now, because that part of the N420 ended in another col slightly higher than the col de Tesheta. So it's a bit of a climb and you've got to really quite concentrate. It's not very nice. But now we've got a long descent. She's also been salted. Wow. Coming down this ridiculously treacherous road because of the salt into Treacherous de la Tesheta, here we go, which means the small meadow of the yew, apparently. Now this is famous for something else, and I'll show you that once we're through the village. And what it's famous for is this. This is the El Muro de Zagusti. It's a hill climb. It averages 23.2% with a maximum of 38.2, which is this bit here. So it's named after Ibn Zugasti, who's a Orbea and YouTuber fanatic, and it was named after him. He had the King of the Mountains on it. But now it's my turn, and so I'm going up. Here we go, on 3. 3! Well, I hope you enjoyed that, because I certainly didn't. Haha, of course I didn't. Are you crazy? 38 point what? No way. Saw some old ladies who told me to be careful because this isn't just salt, this is ice, and there have been some accidents. Bit of a shame though. It's very swoopy. It's not all downhill. It's got a lot of uphills. It's all swoopy stuff. Discretion. That part of valour and all that. That in the background is the tabletop mountain of Col de Dao. Oh, that looks magnificent. Just on the road between Torre de Fontaubella, which I've just been to, and Marsa, which added together probably have 500 inhabitants. It pretty much guarantees that there's no one on this road. It's a little factoid for the people watching from the UK. How many years ago there was I think it was one of the very first lifestyle change TV shows. It was called No Going Back, and the very first episode of the very first series featured a couple who moved to Catalonia and restored an old farmhouse. Well, exactly 20 years ago the show was aired, and now they're very well-known purveyors of fine olive oils, which they describe as a fruit juice, which of course it is. You wouldn't really fancy guzzling back a pint or two of it, but yeah. Got lead legs today. No real reason. It just happens sometimes, doesn't it? So that is the rather groovy little Art Deco railway station shared between Marsa and Falset. Falset is the regional capital, so it gets a fancy railway station, even if it's about 4 kilometres from Falset. Hop back on the N420 for a little bit, because I wanted to have a crack at a descent that I used to be 5th on Strava, and I'm now 8th. So I might have lead legs, but you've got to have a go. 2 big climbs to get there, but at least I'm off this big road now. Well, it's absolutely bitter on the bits of road that haven't seen the sun all day, but it's definitely a little bit easier here because it's a little bit lower, and so there's no ice left on the roads. It's a little bit wet, but that's just from the dew. It hasn't rained in weeks. Last hill of the day. It can't come soon enough. It's been a tough one today. It's been really sapping. I don't know whether it's the cold. Don't really know what it is. Should be on cloud 9 after getting my whole clear for 6 months. But yeah, it's just got no energy, no va-va-voom. Very, very, very last bit. It's good because we've seen the last of the sun, so it's about time I got home. I absolutely froze coming down that last mountain. Quite exciting, but could have done with being able to feel my hands. Oh, a very tired me. Just getting home now. It's 59.5 kilometers and 907 meters climbed. That's actually the second highest I've done on the Orbea. I've got 16% battery left, which is all right considering the climbing, and I climbed very slowly. With not a lot of power, so yeah, it's pretty good test for it really today. Next time it's going to be a lot more adventurous. This felt like a little poodle. Didn't feel like a proper ride, not in the true style of Yako Rides Again. So watch out for next week. It's going to be something a bit better than this. So until then, thanks for watching.